Because they're seeing your face, they're seeing his and his and now. We're gonna.
Comment in the chat.
He said thank you, so it'll be working on.
Okay. I'm going to read, and I'll explain why in a little while. I'm going to read a part of this communication. Dear Town Clerk, and I'm not going to read it all, and I'll explain why. Dear Town Clerk, please confirm receipt of this email and attachments. Please read these comments during the January 11, 2024 public hearing at contracting for fire protection services within the town of Waynesburg Fire Protection District number 2 and number 3. Please include the letter in the official meeting minutes as published on the town website. So of course, I'll ask that you submit this to the record. Information provided at recent town board meetings and through the Freedom of Information indicate the town of Waynesburg does not have a record for Fire District 1 boundaries or a record of the service provider for the district. The 2023 assessment roll shows 386 parcels in district number 1. The 2024 property tax records show a rate of 9.61 in Fire District number 1, and the 2024 budget shows the amount to be raised by taxes as $147,840 in Fire District 1. What are the boundaries for Fire District number 1? When was the public hearing for fire protection services within the town of Waynesburg Fire District 1? There is not a public hearing for that because Fire District number 1 is a commission district. I'm going to defer to council to please explain the specifics better than I can do as to what a commission district is.
Yes, it does seem that the author that's running has confused the fire district, the fire protection districts with a fire district, which is as a supervisor stated a commission district. The fire protection districts are within and under the control of the town, are simply geographic areas that the town has designated, and then comes under its auspices. A fire district, however, is a separate political subdivision under New York state law. So it is in some way, in form, equal, similar to the town itself. The commissioners, the employees of any such district are employees of that district, not employees of the town. It's really, it is in fact an independent corporate body. So, you know, with respect to any questions with regard to fire district number 1 or any fire district, they should be addressed to the fire commissioners. I believe there's 5 commissioners for each fire district, and they're elected annually every December. So they're an independent body and certainly not within the control or auspices or under the auspices of this board or any.
That is the clarification, and that's the reason that I'm not going to read the balance of this, because much of this did address concerns with fire district number 1, and again, we have covered that. So I do not have any more written correspondence that's come in. Before we ask for a motion to close, does anyone else have anything they'd like to comment?
Make a motion to close the public hearing for the contracting for fire protection services in the town of Waynesburg Fire Protection District numbers 2 and 3 pursuant to the applicable New York state laws.
A second. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Santilli.
Aye.
Councilmember Lux.
Aye.
Councilmember Regis.
Aye.
Supervisor Wendell.
Aye. Approval minutes.
Motion to approval of minutes for regular town board meeting on Thursday, December 28th, 2023.
I second that.
Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lux.
Sorry.
Councilmember Santilli.
Aye.
Councilmember Regis.
Aye.
Supervisor Wendell.
Aye.
Motion for the approval of minutes for organizational town board meeting on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lux.
Aye.
Councilmember Santilli.
Aye.
Councilmember Regis.
Aye.
Supervisor Wendell.
Aye. Town clerk's report.
Total local shares remitted, $4,024.99. Total non-local revenues is $120.01. And total state, county, and local revenues is $4,145.
Town supervisors report, revenues, general fund, $10,211.62. Highway fund, $143,282.81. Sewer district number one, $5.31. Sewer district number two, $374.25. Sewer district number three, $11.57. Total revenues, $153,885.56. Disbursements, general fund, $73,092. Highway fund, $31,116.46. Lighting district number one, $732.34. Lighting district number two, $1,361.58. Lighting district number three, $628.64. Sewer district number one, $20,130.68. Sewer district number two, $15,504.44. Sewer district number three, $6,220.28. Total disbursements, $148,786.42. Payment of claims.
General Fund A, $39,363.55. General OVB, $20,049.34. Highway Fund VA, $26,095.02. Highway OV-EV, $26,467.49. Lighting District number one, $635.42. Lighting District number two, $1,253.68. Lighting District number three, $555.79. Planning Board, $930. Sewer District number one, $6,207.65. Sewer District number two, $1,575.51. Sewer district number three, $10,696.96. Trust and agency, $261.36. Total transfers to AP, $134,091.77.
Oh, second, thank you, sorry.
That's okay.
Clerk call roll, please.
Councilmember Lux,
Aye.
Councilmember Santilli,
Aye.
Councilmember Nugent.
Aye.
Supervisor Renzo.
Aye. Okay, we go on to committee reports. Highway, they were able to get through the storm that we had earlier in the week without any major incidents. A little bit of a challenge as we've had the past couple of years, because there's no frost in the ground. As soon as you drive over it, it turns to ice, and they definitely had their challenges, but we got through that okay. Public safety, I do not have anything. Diana's not here. Parks, we're lucky enough to have our park commissioner with us tonight. We don't have a meeting until next week. And it looks like it might get cold next week, so maybe it's time to do something with this ice skating rink.
Oh, right, right.
Keep our fingers crossed that we can get to act on that. Andy, you have anything on sewer?
Nothing for sewer.
Mike, anything on IT?
Nothing on ID.
Only thing I'll mention on IT, we still have, is it 22 residences that are, 21 residences that are not connected to broadband yet.
And that was before they moved West Shore.
That's correct. So now we're down to 18 because West Shore has been connected. I was told by a resident. So we're down to 18 residences. We submit a letter of request to Charter Spectrum this week, waiting to hear back from them on the numbers. If the numbers are the same as they were the last time we heard from them, the board has looked at what we have available, the ARPA funds, the ARPA money being the money that we got from COVID. And there's restrictions on how that can be spent. We can spend it on broadband. So if the numbers come back where they were last time, we will be very close to being able to conclude that project and have everybody out. Yes,
I'm
We
sorry.
usually hold comments till, but that's okay.
I
Make an
apologize.
exception on this if you have a question with regard to that.
I was just elated. I live on Youngs Road. Would that include that area?
We don't
For
have.
broadband?
We don't have Youngs.
We don't have Youngs Road on there. I'm gonna ask you, please let me have your address.
2458 Youngs Road. I've called repeatedly over the years, and a couple of years ago, they said, we'd be happy to connect you. I said, oh, that's wonderful. For $10,000. I said, okay, I didn't understand.
Okay,
So,
well, we're definitely looking into that. We've got, one of our residents has been the chairperson of the broadband committee. They've done an excellent job. And they've got a lot more background than we do. Each one of us wears different hats, as you can appreciate.
sure,
But that particular person has a lot of really good background of who to contact. Now, do you know, and I know Annabelle was here, she would know. Do you know, is the service on your road, is it Verizon or is it Charter Spectrum?
I believe it's charter, but I'm not 100% sure. If I could leave my name and
If-
email
I'll see
contact
you
with
after-
you,
Absolutely.
I'd be happy to speak to the lady and get involved. My name is Barbara Griffin. I'm the deputy treasurer for Quaker Street, so if I can contribute a little more time and be helpful, I would offer that.
Okay, thanks, because we've posted some things that to ask residents, if you're not connected, please let us know. So we'll find
Yeah,
out.
I know there are other people in that area. I would certainly have no trouble going around and getting names to get a fuller picture of what that area
Okay,
represents, if that would be helpful. And I'll speak with Ms. Howe.
appreciate it, thank you.
My pleasure.
We go on to the business meeting.
Motion to approve the fire protection contracts for 2024, whereas the town has established fire protection district number 2 and fire protection district number 3. Parentheses, the fire protection district. And whereas the town pursuant to town law 184 must provide for the furnishing of fire protection within the fire protection district. And whereas pursuant of town law 184, parentheses 8, the town board may contract for the provision of fire protection services after a public hearing held pursuant to public notice if the town board finds that it is in public interest to do so. And whereas the town board held a duly noticed public hearing on January 11, 2024 at 7 p.m. and heard all persons interested in the subject concerning the 2024 fire protection contracts. And whereas for calendar year 2024, the town board wishes to execute fire protection contracts with the Marieville Volunteer Fire Department, Inc. in Fire Protection District 2, the Village of Esperance in Fire Protection District 3, the Village of Delancey Fire Protection District 3, and the Burtonsville Fire and Volunteer Fire Department, Inc. in Fire Protection District 3. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board finds that it is in the public interest to enter into attached fire contract, protection contracts, and authorizing the town supervisor to execute the contracts for calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that the town board waives for good cause shown the requirement to timely provide the information set forth in Schedule A of the fire protection contracts.
I second that.
Any discussion? Clerk call roll, please.
Councilmember Lux.
Aye.
Councilmember Santilli.
Aye.
Councilmember Henriggens.
Aye.
Supervisor Wenzel.
Aye.
A motion to approve the Schenectady County Youth Services Contract for 2024. Whereas the town of Waynesburg sponsors youth services and or youth recreation programs. Whereas the town board has reviewed the attached contract provided by Schenectady County. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the town supervisor to sign the contract.
1 second.
Discussion on this. This is the annual summer parks program, which is held each year at the Van Patten Park. And this is just putting into motion what we need to do to be set to do that again this year. Clerk call roll, please.
Councilmember Santori.
Aye.
Councilmember Lux.
Aye.
Councilmember Meany.
Aye.
Supervisor Wenzel.
Before we go to privilege of the floor, anybody have anything else? Okay, we'll open it up for public comment. If anyone has any comment that they wish to make at this time, floor is open for comment.
Do you guys know what the response time would be for the town of, or the Mariville Fire Department or
And other things.
Burtonville for that district? To respond to that? For District 3?
For what the request tonight, as far as how long we'll be able to respond to you with regard to.
No. So like the fire department, they get a call, fire call there. You know what their response time is from Burtonsville to that section?
I'm not familiar with specific.
So you don't know like the district lines where they
I
are?
have to contact this.
It's pretty far. Mariville's pretty far too.
If I could make a point.
We don't cover that.
No,
Oh, all right.
Right,
Esperanza.
We're being told.
we look at the contracts starting back when we do our budgets. Which is why your proposition right now is a little behind the ball because we're into 2024.
Yeah, I
We
got you.
start our budget considerations in the fall. So prior to that, if you came up with a justification explaining where the boundaries were in the past, the response, the capabilities, and put together your justifications why we should move back to where we were, or the 5 years or prior, that would be the time where could we sit down on workshops, and that's when we go through and hash out all of the money. So
Okay,
I'm saying right now is take advantage of probably the next 8 months. Get together, you know, your personnel, your facilities, your equipment, your training, what responses you've had, what your projections are for the future. Get all that together and give us a proposal. So we have something in front of us so we can weigh one versus the other.
okay.
That will be the time, because that's when we look at the money.
I could give you all those answers right this minute.
But we need to have that in paper in front of
Yeah,
us.
so we missed the
Yeah.
ball, obviously. My
Yeah,
apologies.
we start, and our goal always, we want to see, ambulance, fire, we want to see the best response there can possibly be. And so, you know, we rely upon input from the people that are out there doing this. And, we start the budgeting process in August. It's a long process. The state comptroller's office has very strict guidelines that we have to adhere to as to when we submit numbers to them. So, we don't have a lot of latitude when we start in August, so,
I'll do that.
you got 6-7 months, but, by all means, get us information, we'd be happy to see it.
Definitely.
So how can we find out when those meetings will start? So we.
There's a public notice on it, our meetings, we refer to as a workshop, I guess that's not what the technical name of it is, we call it a budget workshop. Where, we roundtable, from the prior year's budget. Based upon the anticipated revenues we see upcoming and budget numbers. And, there's a public notice that'll go out for those meetings, but
Where's the public notice? What?
I'll ask the clerk to let us know all the places where public notices are.
It'll be in the minutes from the previous meeting. It's a special notice on the website. It's on the bulletin board and in the newspaper,
What's your newspaper?
the Gazette. That's our town newspaper.
You take a look at the town website and familiarize yourself with it, you can find those.
I wouldn't recommend trying to keep track of all the legal notices at the back of the Daily Gazette.
Yeah. I don't get the newspaper.
Anybody have anything else?
August.
August,
August. To clarify, so the review process begins in August along with the budget workshop simultaneously?
Well,
or-
the budget process starts at that time, so any information that we have in advance of that helps us a lot.
So June, July would be our target dates then. to submit information.
That would work very well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Motion. Over meeting.
Executive session.
Before we have to close the meeting
We
or adjourn
we should,
before we go into.
And then
we actually come back to the chair. So first, we still need a motion to go into executive session.
Okay,
Motion to enter executive session.
seconded.
And to be clear for the record, that's for the purpose of discussing personnel. matters.
clerk call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lux,
Aye.
Councilmember Santucci,
Aye.
Councilmember Necas,
Aye.
Supervisor Winslow.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.